Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads. I'm with Drew Forrester. We're going to go through this Sunday, June the 18th races at Hastings Race Course. We do have 8 slated, a couple of good allowance races. There's, once again, it's a very good card and a lot of tough handicapping assignment. We haven't given you any breezy races where you can just sit there and stand alone on a 2 to 5 shot.
I found this card both days, Saturday and Sunday, were some of the more head-scratching handicapping I've done this year.
Skullbusters.
Yeah, there's some tough ones this year, or this weekend, and Sunday's no different. It's a very good card, 8 races Mike mentioned. Let's get right into it. The first is the maiden 4 for older colts and geldings, going 6.5 furlongs. Field is 6 in here. I landed on the 3, General Strelnikov.
Yep.
Good old Russian defenseman, I'm sure. Out of the Greg Tracy barn. I've seen this play before. He's done it a few times this year. He's brought horses in from other places that have been running for hire, not necessarily lighting the world on fire for hire, but they come here and he places them aggressively. Does this with this guy, puts him in for 4. Bill Delia had this horse down at Golden Gate, was running for maiden special weights, maiden 25, lands here for 4,000, goes to Richard Hamill. I have to think he's a handful in here. I got him on top. Of the 2 Mike Head source, I put Classic Victory in the second spot. Just got beat a half by PS Attaboy last time. Absolutely got stopped, too. Should have won that race. Got stopped, and the fact that he made a move to the outside and made another run at him, I thought was impressive. I bet him actually that day, which is the reason he got beat. Got him in second, and I put Humphrey Ladd, Mike's other horse, in the third spot. 3-6-4 for me.
I have the same 3 horses. I have no idea whether General Strelnikov can win this race, whether it can complete 6.5 furlongs on top, because it hasn't, it's been brutally beaten up in its races against tougher company. But the 2 work since arriving in Vancouver are encouraging at least. But I know they get aggressive. They just run it for 4, and let's see. They're obviously not that enthused about the horse, because there was a lot of chances to run him somewhere else. There was an 8. Yeah. There was I think there was a 25. If they wanted to continue, there was a 25.
There was a 16 with Santa Juana.
Long, but there was a 25 short that Timber King's in, and there was an 8 short yesterday that could have been. But they run a rate for 4, so I respect the connections. They win races, they get aggressive. I agree with Humphrey Ladd and Classic Victory in behind. 3-4-6 for me in the Sunday opener. On to the second race, maiden $25,000 claimer. So this is the race that we're talking about. The Timber King race. Yep. Field of 6 going 6.5 furlongs. I went to Timber King. He's had a lot of chances. Actually ran a very good race first time out, made a big wide move, flattened out, ended up 5th, but ran a better race than I thought he would that day. And this is considerably easier company. He has no speed, that's the only negative, so do beware. Anytime you take a heavy favorite when they don't have speed in a paceless race, it's dangerous. It's still risky. He may win, but he's just going to win. It's a little risky if you're going to take 6 to 5 or something on a horse. I put the 2-horse Fire Boss, who does have speed. He had no excuses last time. He had an easy lead, but he maybe got beat by 2 better horses, Tapatio and Sanawar. I mean, they're just better horses. Yeah. And his first race didn't give him much. He was much better in the blinkers.
I think Tapatio's a pretty nice horse.
Yeah, I think he is too. But he was much better in the blinkers, and he's come back to work well. So I see him continuing to show that upward trend. I put the 5-horse Musaka Chef, a 4-year-old in here, who was off the Lasix program. Note that he was on Lasix in his 2 starts a couple of years back, but he's obviously been on the missing list, but his work tab's been very good for trainer Mark Clucci. He's off to a great start this year. So I've seen this horse in the mornings. He's shown some ability, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him do some good here. I went 6-2-5.
I got same horses, same order. Timber King, as you mentioned, a good race last time, and the fact now that he's got an out, he's got an out in the maiden special weight. Now he goes to 25. Top connections. He should be tough in here. Fire Boss is the one he's going to have to catch. I don't see a lot of other speed to go with Fire Boss, so those are the 2 I think that you center on in this race. And Musaka Chef, I agree with you. We saw Mark do that with. What's her name? She was off 2 years. She's in on Saturday. She ran for maiden 8. Come flying.
Miss Finality.
Miss Finality. We saw him make a move off 2 years and come back and win. And that was for 8. This is for 25, so it is tougher. But obviously, he thinks of this horse. Nice 59.
Because a horse has been off 2 years. You can run him for anywhere pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they choose to run it for 25.
So he obviously likes him a little bit. 59-4 work. And Rockfield Farms, our man Ralph, good friend of the Derby Bar and Grill here. Good luck to him. 6-2-5 for me in the second. On to the third. Nice allowance race for 3-year-old and up. Yep. 6.5 furlongs going. Sorry, 6.5 furlongs with 6 horses in the field. Silvertown just won this race. Did come up with a minor medication infraction, which is rare for Dino Condolino, so it's just an honest mistake. But because of that, Sergeant Rick won the race. He comes right back in here. Can you beat him? I mean, he just looked unstoppable last time. Won by 4. He'll be a single for me in my early pick 4. Love Silvertown. I put Sergeant Rick, the horse ran second to him. He was clear of the third horse, Always Sunny in that race. A very good race by Sergeant Rick. I know the connection's been high on this guy. He's got a lot of upside. I could see him progressing into this race, and Richard Hamill sticks with him. And Always Sunny, the horse that was third in that race. No clever picks for me in here. The top 3 that were in this race last time, I put right in the same order. Always Sunny, another one that could move forward with a race under his belt this season.
Right.
Always Sunny, I have in the third spot. 4-6-3 for me. No clever picks in here.
I have the same 3. I just flip-flopped Always Sunny and Sergeant Rick. I think there's reason to think that he can turn the table. See, he didn't have a race. Sergeant Rick had a race under his belt. But they're interchangeable. Yeah. Silvertown's your horse to beat. He's a stakes-placed runner. Unlucky not to win a stake last year. He's a nice horse. Yeah. Who's probably headed for stakes company. I went 4-3 and 6. I agree with Drew. 4-3 and 6 in here. There's really nothing there to grab onto. Silvertown. It's his race to win or lose. On to the 4th race, maiden $8,000 fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs. The 7 horse, Such a Bargain. Just got beat. 2 starts back, actually last 2 starts.
3 starts.
He's just been unlucky. But got beat by Shadow Dancer last time, got beat by her stablemate Miss Finality. This horse has run winning races, but it seems someone seems to run one better, a length better. But I just have trouble finding which one's going to beat her. So I got to take her.
I'm in the same boat. It's like I tried to beat her because she's disappointed me, and she's been bet off the board.
Where are you going?
But who's going to beat her?
I went to the 6 for second, Tell Us the Tale. If anyone beats her, it would be maybe Tell Us the Tale.
But she hasn't started, which is why I went to Such a Bargain.
And she's definitely looked pretty good going along. Yeah. She, obviously wants a little longer, but it's her first start of the year. Been off a long time. And the one Belly Girl, this horse had every shot. She's had 3 starts this year and every shot to beat Such a Bargain and didn't. So I put her in for third, but she looks the third best in the field. Maybe Warriors Welcome can improve off of that race. I know once the horse showed speed. Well, didn't really show speed. Got out there. Romero Saunders got the horse in play.
Around the turn,
and then once he kind of didn't continue with the filly,
she kind of gave up.
Well, she kind of got dirt hitting her, and then she really sucked herself back. And that's what happened in that race. Maybe if she breaks good, I think they're just going to go with her. But I went 7-6-1.
I mean, I'm with you. I think it's 7-6. The thing is, as I just mentioned, the thing that worries me off Tell Us the Tale is her first start. Such a Bargain's in her 4th race now. She should be fitter. So I landed on Such a Bargain with Tell Us the Tale in the 2nd spot. And I did go with Warriors Welcome in the 3rd spot just because it's a horse that I could see, good connections with Rob Gilker. And I could see, she's got to start now that was for 16, that Cool Candy race. She could progress. She cuts her price in half and could progress. Maybe that's one that you have in the bottom end of your tries. I went 7, 6, and 4. In the 4th, on to the 5th, 3 and up, 12-5. Going 6.5 furlongs. Older boys.
First of many difficult races.
Field of 9, this is a tough one too. I went with Born at the Track. What a race he ran last time. That was back on the 20th of May, so it's almost a month in between races, but went to the lead, never looked back, and ran a 1:16-4. You're going to have your running shoes on to beat him. I really like him in here. But as Mike said, this is a race where you can make a case for a lot of horses. I got Born on the Track on top of Mighty Fraser. Interesting to note, the North American Thoroughbred Horse Company's guy, David Lopez, sticks with Born on the Track. You don't see that very often. And Amadeo Perez lands on Mighty Fraser. I got Born on the Track with Mighty Fraser 2nd spot. And I put Sir Barclay, who did run for 62.50 last time. But in his first race of the year, he did all the heavy lifting. 21-4, 45-3, was right there at the end in a 4-horse photo with some decent horses. Nana's Buddy, Devil in Disguise, Cowboy Phil. He runs 4th beat and a half a length. I have to think he fires a big shot in this one. I have him in the 3rd spot. 5, 4, and 3.
Yeah, I agree with point of the track. I liked him last time. Not hope we get 9-1 again, but I
He was like a
doubt it.
$19 horse. Mike, that's the highest price we got this year. Mike, a $19 horse.
But he doesn't face a whole lot of other competition for the lead in here, other than Sir Barkley. But he's drawn nicely outside of him, so you have some options when you can sit outside of one speed horse. That's really good. Like Killarney Kid, no speed. Awesome Slate. You know, occasionally speed. Heartset, no speed.
Western Heritage.
Western Heritage does have speed, but we'll see if they gun from the outside. But Born of the Track is a pretty good draw for his running style, and I think those two races so far this year have been very good for Peter Milburn. And I just think this horse is going to be tough again. Put the 4. I agree with Mighty Fraser in for second. Don't love the horse, but it's always there or thereabouts. Slight drop in class.
He's tough at this level.
Always. And same as the 2. Lassie's, I know you didn't have Lassie's Reward, but
I can see that.
Yeah. Getting back down to 12.5. Those Bluegrass Angus, those horses are way tougher than what he's facing today. And I think he's could be, a little more of a factor. But I wouldn't be surprised to see your Sir Barkley in the mix as well. I know that was a pretty good comeback. He didn't get any breaks at all. But he had been running in Phoenix in January, though. But still, he had no breaks, got beat up on the head.
Race,
5-4-2 for me in the 5th. On to the 6th race, $4,000 older geldings going a mile on the 16th. I wanted the 1 Slice of Red, claim for 8, down for 4. This is what he wants to do. He wants to route, and connections are aggressive with him. Obviously, don't like their purchase as much as they originally did when they claimed him. But they put him in for 4. They've put him in going along, and this is where he's done his best running. Is going a mile 16. How about the 8 horse Majestic Mark in for second? A lot of chances. Going to make a rider change. Sort of should have maybe won 1 or 2 times this year, especially the race against Power to Believe. He should have won. It was just one of those tough trips, but. Enrique Gonzalez will ride Majestic Mark. This horse is probably better sprinting, but can route. And up at the 4 horse, Ambidextrous Duke, another versatile type, can route, but might be better sprinting. Slice of Red's your horse to beat. My next one would be Street Map. He's always honest going along. Talket's Charm and Rosie's Notice are honest going along. I went 1-8-4. Slice of Red's the best horse in the race.
Absolutely.
He drops. He's at his better distance. He didn't run well sprinting, but he's not a sprinter.
I picked him last time just because of the big drop. I mean, this is an old class horse, Slice of Red. Last time we saw him, he was in an optional 35, getting beat by Uncle Willard. But he disappointed so much that I'm not sure about him. So I went with Majestic Mark because he's been right there in all 4 races this year. I got Majestic Mark on top of Slice of Red, same top 2 as you. I just flip-flopped him. And in the 3rd spot, I put Power Corrupt. He's only run long once, but that was in the Ascot graduation back in his 2-year-old year, and only got beat 4 lengths by Crazy Prophet, Christofferson. So I'm going to give him a shot. Mike Anderson, our top trainer last 2 years, makes few bad choices, and he obviously wants to try this horse go along, and he attracts red-hot Richard Hamill, so I put him in the 3rd spot. I went 8, 1, and 7 in the 6th. On to the 7th race.
Another good allowance
Optional 35, and I know this going into this race, how tough it is. We have, 9 horses, and we're going to cover 6 of them because we have totally different horses. I went with It's in Command, just the 1 out this year. I thought it was a strong performance, went 22-1, 44-3, and hung on as BC Charlie tried to run him down. BC Charlie came back to win, and he hasn't run since, but he's got a really nice work on last Sunday, 46-2 for Hall of Fame trainer Harold Barabee. He's a cool horse. What is he? 10 for 17 lifetime in the money. I like him today. I don't see who's going to go with him? I don't see a ton of other speed in here. Maybe
Lord Vancouver's going to go. Captain Jones, Sabato. Yeah, there's not a ton. You're right. Christofferson's fast. That horse is fast.
Christofferson's fast. Well,
that horse went 21
race,
and
he
44.
came from off in his 1 race here, and that race in Emerald scared me off of him a little bit. So I got It's in Command. I just got a feeling. I like It's in Command in here. I put Twist Grips in the 2nd spot because if there's no speed, I like It's in Command. If there is speed,
you can have a good backup. Twist Grips is honest.
I like Twist Grips. He's only got the 1 out this year. Look for him to bounce back. He was our top higher-end claiming horse here last year at Hastings in good hands with John Snow. Twist Grips in the 2nd spot, and I put BC Charlie. Claimed out his last race by Harold Barabee. I got Harold in 2 of the top 3 spots here. But I like this horse in his first start. Just got beat in the neck by my top pick gets in command and came back at the $25,000 level, made no mistake in his next one over a nice brass and gold. I went 3, 5, and 9.
Your try will pay about $1,000, and I hope it comes in for you. Yeah, 3, 5, and 9 are. It
will pay good.
It will pay well. I've gone to the 8 Sabato Alegre back in town after a disappointing effort in Seattle. Never really on the bit. Just ran an even race. Didn't run bad, didn't run good. This race back here at Hastings, though, the Richard was really good.
Very good.
Did get set up well, but had a perfect trip. But still ran a good race. And these horses are significantly easier. Surfaces for a price for the first time, and the horse has come back to work well. So I'll try Sabato Alegre over the 2 Shooting Jacket, who may be I'm not going to say he's a better sprinter than a route horse, but his 2 sprints, especially his last one against Sabato Alegre and Andy's Candy, was very good running third. He's a horse, if he does get a pace, look out. He's got a good move to him.
Yeah.
But and I put the 4 horse, Lord Vancouver. Not sure where he fits. He drops in for a tag for the first time, but he's a pretty neat horse. He wasn't disgraced behind Modern in the George Royal, and ran a good even 4th. But he hasn't been seen for about a month now. But,
Phil Hall's been making all the right moves.
Yeah, loses Gonzalez, but it does pick up Amadeo Perez. It's a tough. This is a tough little. I had a lot of trouble with this race. I left out. We've covered 6 of the 9 horses. We should probably put Christopherson, Captain Jones, and Highway. There's your box.
Yeah.
Box 167. Those are the 3 Drew and I didn't take. I went 8, 2, and
Very
4.
Good race.
But Sabato Alegre, to me, looks like really the horse to beat. On to the 8th and final. $16,000 fillies and mares, conditional claimers, non-3 lifetime, going 6 and that sprint distance. I went to the 6 Omi. Big class drop for her. Not in top form yet this year, but maybe the drop will help. Looks like the speed of the party. That's why I heard to win it. But the 4 Velvet Rose, who absolutely blew the start in her first chance with winners. And then made this miraculous recovery to run 4th. This filly ran really, really well. Definitely worth following back. With a clean break, she could scare a lot of these horses, and to put the 3 Notice to Jewel. Actually, the 1 I put, sorry. Notice to Jewel was my 4th horse. Put the 1 Coco a Go-Go in for 3rd. Those are a lot better mares, those open 25s. That she's been running in. You got Fire Beauty, Tinderette. That is a totally different. That's 10 links difference, and a lot of experience in those horses. And getting in against less experienced horses, Coco Go-Go, I think, would be way more of a factor. And I threw a Notice to Jewel for 4th, but I did go 6, 4, and 1.
I agree with you. Omi looks to be pretty tough in here. Nice daughter of Rosberg. 35 with Cherokee Me and Bonus Spin and Fire Beauty, and Susan's Day was in there. That's a much tougher race. Yeah. Now in for 16, and with leading rider David Lopez, and I'm landed on Omi. I put Morning Blurs in the 2nd spot. I thought that was
the only 3-year-old.
Race.
You got the only 3-year-old.
I got the only 3-year-old, but I thought that was a decent race last time against Yukon Bell, Eco Charge.
That was a good race.
She was up there pressing the pace, 22 and 2 and 45 and 3, and got a little tired. But there are 3-year-olds, but that's a pretty salty dash she was in. Yukon Bell's a stakes filly. I got Morning Blurs in the 2nd spot, and I like the move. Enrique Gonzalez gets back aboard her, and Nancy Betts having a very good meet. And I put Velvet Rose, your 2nd pick, in the 3rd spot. Again, I was impressed with her in that Baby Scott Track Classic Statement race. 1 for 4. Went up to an allowance non-2, a very aggressive move for trainer Richard Yates, and she did not
was protected for 4. I mean, it wasn't. She wouldn't have been in for 4.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the waiver claiming rule.
Year.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah, but it was impressive. Yeah,
from 4 going up to a non-2 allowance, I was impressed with that move. So I put her in the 3rd spot. 6, 5, and 4 for me in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the card. Up next on.
Here we go.
Screen will be our picks. Mike, as always,
back on race
first.
number 1. I did go to the 3, General Strelnikov over the 4, Humphrey Ladd in the 6, Classic Victory. Race number 2, the 6, Timber King, 6, 2, and 5 in the maiden 25 grander. On to the 3rd race, I went to the 4, Silvertown. Hopefully gets to keep the money this time, but definitely their horse to beat. 4, 3, and 6 in the 3rd. On the 4th race, I went to the 7, Such a Bargain, another favorite. 7, 6, and 1. Race number 5, I went to the 5, Born at the Track, and a follow one back, 5, 4, and 2. Race number 6, I went to the 1, Slice of Red on the class drop, off the claim, 1, 8, and 4. In the 7th race, number 8, Sabato Alegre. It looks like the class to me. I went 8, 2, and 4. And the 8th and final, I went to the 6, another class dropper. A lot of class droppers today. 6, 4, 4 and 1.
A lot of class droppers this
on the
weekend.
Drew.
We're seeing a lot this weekend.
Yeah. It's getting serious now. We gotta win races.
Back in the
Speedman's
first.
looking at him.
That's right. Back in the first, I agree with Mike on the 3, General Strelnikov over the 6 and the 4. In the second, number 6, Timber King over the 2 and the 5. In the third, best bet of the day, number 4, Silvertown over the 6 and the 3. In the fourth, number 7, Such a Bargain over the 6 and the 4. In the fifth, my co-best bet of the day, I absolutely love Born at the Track, number 5 over the 4 and the 3. In the sixth, I took number 8, Majestic Mark over the 1 and the 7. In the seventh, the feature, I went with 3, It's in Command over the 5 and the 9. And in the nightcap, I agree with Mike on the big dropper, number 6, Omi over the 5 and the 4.
Alrighty, that'll do it for this Sunday, June the 18th edition of Handicappers Corner. Just a reminder, it's we do have a big day at the track on Sunday.
That's right, it's Father's
we do
Day.
have Father's Day as well as all the PC Sports. We have
Yurke Lume, I'm looking forward to seeing
yeah,
Yurke
a lot of
Lume.
XBC Lions,
Cliff Ronning.
Bobby Leonarduzzi, Whitecaps, Carl Valentine, Cliff Ronning. Like there's ex-Canucks, Lions, and
even current Marco Iannuzzi plays for Lions. He's coming out, and of course Chris Loseth, Frank Fuentes.
of course our Hastings faithful,
old riders,
Hall of Famers, Chris Loseth, Frank Fuentes as well. So a lot of entertainment on Sunday as well. Cool kind of a Legends Day, and
well, I guess I'll see you there, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm speechless. Our next live card will be Saturday, June 20th. Actually, next weekend, we do have 2 stakes races. We do have the 3-year-old fillies, headed by Dazzling Dawn.
Wow.
And the 3-year-old colts, headed by AP Zona. Peter Reddicock. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who lines up against those 2 superstars. But we do have 2 stakes races next weekend on Saturday, June 24th and Sunday, June 25th. Both days, of course. First post at 1:50. That'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.